Coach, another big win this week, but of course now you got the biggest challenge of all at Abilene Christian. Has it been hard to kind of keep the guys toned down leading up to this game, and now you can finally focus on it?
I don't think it's been hard because we've had a formidable opponent every week, and it's, 1 week at a time. These guys have done a really good job keeping their heads on straight, just preparing for one game at a time. That's what we did. We tried to prepare the same focus like we did anybody else. Starting yesterday, we started thinking and talking about ACU, and it won't be any trouble at all to get these guys focused and ready to go this week.
Because those games have been, some of your Abilene games have been nuts, the scoring. And you guys are pretty even. There's been a lot of fun. You expect another, I guess, fun for fans.
I think it's going to be fun for everybody. It'll be fun for the players. It's fun to prepare for a team like this. It's nationally ranked. We're 4-4 against them over the last 6 years. So it's a back and forth series, and both coaching staffs have a great deal of respect for each other, and I think both sets of players have a great deal of respect for the opponents also.
I call it a healthy rivalry.
Very healthy rivalry. Maybe too healthy.
Is this one of those games that it's easy, though, to get those guys out for and really mark it on their calendar?
It really is. I've been told over the years that, if you have a 10-game schedule, you can get your guys up for 3 or 4 games mentally, and this is definitely one of them that they'll be mentally up for, and it's just almost impossible to be at an emotional high, a mental high, 10 weeks in a row.
Kind of talk about the road team that's been successful in this series. I guess that works in your favor going to Shop.
Well, it doesn't mean anything since it's in the past, but I hope it holds true one more time.
How much do you want to ruin homecoming? That's what we talk about.
Oh, we love homecomings, and this should be no exception. It's going to be exciting. We're expecting a huge crowd, around 15,000, so weather should be good. It ought to be a great atmosphere for football.
You've had great teams in the past. How does this one compare to some of those? What do they do differently? Have the same?
They've got a great quarterback, Mitchell Gale, and they've got an all-time pass rushing phenom in Ashton Whiteside. He's been Defensive Player of the Year 2 consecutive years, and preseason All-American for this year. So they're just surrounded with great talent, extremely well coached and well disciplined. It's going to be a very hard opponent to execute offensively against as well.
Defensively, what do they kind of go at?
Well, the coach over there, he does a great job. He schemes at us pretty good. A lot of different blitzes, a lot of different coverages that he'll show us. They do a lot of things to take away from some of our screens. So, you just never know what you're going to come into. You've got to be able to adjust. I think our coaches will definitely be ready for Plan A, Plan B, Plan C, depending on what they throw at us this year.
It looked like statistically they were a better run defense than they were a better pass defense. So does that give you guys an opportunity to air the ball out a little bit more?
Well, early in the year, people had some success throwing on them, but it's probably because they had to throw and can't run against those guys. They're very good up front, and they always have good athletes in the secondary. So I really don't think they have any weaknesses. We're just going to have to execute really good.
How much of the game against North Alabama did you watch? They played before you guys at Cowboy State, and what did you think of them in that game?
Well, we were really thinking about Kingsville. We were forced to sit in the bleachers and watch them, which wasn't really what we do in pregame, preparation and everything, but there wasn't a locker room for us. So I just saw some athletes. I really wasn't watching X's and O's or anything like that. Very impressed with overall talent and team speed that they had.
Just overall, from a ranking standpoint, an opportunity to play a team that's ranked higher than you guys, what kind of things does that present for you guys?
I think it motivates us. It always does. Anytime we're ranked higher than somebody or ranked and they come into here, well, it's kind of their Super Bowl. So this is a game that we need to go down there and we need to try to knock off somebody that's ranked above us, that's well thought of nationally. And if we can do something like that, well, that's going to help us on down the line with our confidence, and hopefully some rankings would shake up and everything, the standings as well.
Coach, you said you watched the X's and O's at Cowboy Stadium, but was there anything you saw that you might, just on the surface, be able to exploit with them?
I don't know. We're watching film right now. We're breaking them down, and I couldn't tell you if I did find something, to be honest with you.
Give your seniors a little peace of mind knowing they have one and shot well in front of a hostile environment.
Say it one more time. I'm sorry.
Does it give your seniors a little more confidence knowing they've gone to Shotwell, won a couple of times?
I think it does. All of our guys, know that the game last year here, we had them down until the last minute of the game then, so we know that we can play with them. We know it's going to be a good game. We know we can't afford to make mistakes, but it's not that we're going to go in thinking that we're the underdogs.
The offensive line has played pretty well. Who draws the assignment of that big pass rushers this week?
Well, actually, they move him around quite a bit. He'll be probably over Emory Atterbury most of the night, but they will move him inside. They can throw a guard or a center. They'll move him to the other side. They can go against Casey O'Connor. They move him around quite a bit, kind of like the Cowboys do DeMarcus Ware.
Just in talking about your guys and how they performed, I know this last week a little bit offensively slow, but how important is it this week to get out to a quick start?
I think it's always important to play your best game offensively, defensively, and special teams against a team like this. You need to win at least 2 out of the 3, probably all 3 of them to win the football game.
Definitely, it's a sense of urgency going against one of our biggest rivals in the LC conference, but we got to be just ready to play another game. Like we do every week, and just prepare like we do, and just be ready on Saturday.
I know you guys say one game at a time, but is this a game you've secretly circled on the calendar, been looking forward to?
It is. It's always a game that we look forward to and playing, especially at Shotwell Stadium. It's going to be an awesome atmosphere. They have a lot of fans, and so do we, that will travel and go down there. So it's going to be an awesome atmosphere, and we're going to be ready to play.
You already played in obviously some big games this season. How much does that help you going into this big game to have already beaten Kingsville, that kind of thing?
I think it helps. It's different always playing some teams. Kingsville's different from ACU and other things like that. So we got to prepare differently in senses of certain defense that they run. But as far as playing bigger games in that kind of atmosphere, I think it does help.
Is there a sense around the team that this game will decide the conference?
I mean, yes and no in some instances. Yes, because Abilene's a great team, and they have the same record that we do. So going into this, yes, we think it does. But that's also thinking that we're going to be continuing to play like we have been and continue to win. So we just got to get past this game and win this game, and then the conference will decide itself from there.
Don't want to get you nervous or anything, but they got that Whiteside kid on the defense for Abilene. He likes to sack quarterbacks. You feeding your linemen extra food this week or incentive?
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, I put all my trust in my linemen. There's no way that I can do what I do as a quarterback if the linemen aren't working like they're supposed to, and so I have to just put all my trust in them. And I have no doubt in my mind that they'll be ready for Saturday and be ready for Whiteside and all the D linemen that they bring and all the blitzes and stuff like that. So I'm just going to go in being prepared to go through progressions and stuff like that, and just trust in my linemen to do their job and pick up blitzes like they're supposed to.
What are their strengths as a defense? Are there a couple of things in particular?
I would say probably their strengths are pressuring the quarterback. They do have some athletes on the D line and then at linebacker, and they are very creative with their blitzes. So I would look to see that probably more from them. But I mean, overall, as an ACU, as a team, as a defense, they're just a good team.
You guys have had some success at Shotwell Stadium. I think the road team has won in the regular season since '04. Does that give you a little bit of confidence, I guess?
It does. I mean, West Texas is known for being a pretty good road team, and I'm hoping we can keep up that streak this week. 2 years ago, we did it against the #1 team in the nation, and that's kind of motivation to go back there and do it again.
You may have answered this already, but tell me about their defense. They've got Whiteside over there. They got guys, you probably know these guys very well. What are the keys for you guys offensively? Anything stick out?
Yeah, basically just playing like we play them in the past. Identify what they're going to be giving us up front. Keep our composure and basically execute what our game plan is, and we should be okay.
What did you see in North Alabama game? Were you impressed by them? Was it the same team you've seen before?
I saw the North Alabama team. I saw not as sound defense as I've seen in the past. There's a lot of holes and stuff they showed, and North Alabama exposed them. So I see us doing it even better than what North Alabama did. So I'm really confident coming in this week and showing the dudes up front what we're all about.
So you've been a part of this rivalry for a while now, and how intense is it?
It's really intense, but how our team takes it is another conference game to get to the conference championship. We just throw out the little things about being 4-4, the records are even. We just try to worry about the win, so that's what we're prepared for.
Is there anything to the road team being the ones that have come out on top?
It has to be focused and just dominating on offense, defense, and special teams, which we're going to try to go out there and do. Just continue to be the road team to win. But next year, hopefully looking forward to the home team winning.
Obviously, the teams change from year to year. I mean, but what have you guys seen so far in their offense that you want to try to employ?
Just the running game. I mean, it's been the same. We're just going to try to keep watching film over so we make sure we're prepared for it. Nothing really changed scheme-wise, so we're just going to try to bring in the experience that we have scheme-wise.
Now, is there anything you try and tell any of the younger guys about this rivalry, something they need to expect about going into their stadium?
Just take it as another game. I mean, keep your nerves low, stay calm, and just act like it's practice and just do your job.
Based on what you've seen in film, I mean, you've seen a lot of Abilene Christian teams in your tenure here at WC. How does this one compare to maybe some of the others that you've seen?
I'd say they're even. I mean, they're fifth in the nation. I mean, and that all goes up to the rivalry. Everybody brings their 100% game, so just got to be ready.
What did you see from that North Alabama game, if anything? Did you watch that game when you guys were there? And what did you see from it?
They stayed with them pretty good. It was a lot of turnovers, so we're trying to learn from North Alabama, what they did scheme-wise and stuff, and just trying to put that into our game plan to see if it'll work for us as well.
You feel like going in maybe to this year's game that the WT defense is maybe better than what it's been in years past, because there's been a lot of points in this series in some of the games. So
yeah, I feel like we have a lot of seniors on the defense, so I mean we're a mature group, and so I am looking forward to us going in there and trying to get the upper hand defensive wise and just trying to pitch a shutout if that's possible.